Have you ever accidentally walked straight into someone else's unfinished family business?
Make sure to like and subscribe for more stories like this.
My cousin's Christmas party has 40 people in it, and I genuinely only know about 12 of them, which is how I ended up waving enthusiastically with full eye contact at a man I have never seen before in my life. It started with the small wrong detail I couldn't shake. His wave back was just slightly too relieved, like he'd been waiting for someone to acknowledge him, and I was finally it. But I assumed he was one of my Aunt Karen's husband's relatives, ones who show up every year looking slightly uncomfortable in matching sweaters, so I smiled and turned back to my sparkling water. Then my actual cousin Bree appeared beside me and went, "Who were you waving at?" And I said, "Your dad's cousin, the one with the gray sweater." And she just stared at me. "We don't have a cousin in a gray sweater." I looked back across the room. The man was still there, now holding a plate of my grandma's lasagna, chatting with my Uncle Pete like they were old friends. I told Bree maybe he was someone's plus one. She said, "Nobody RSVP'd had a plus one." So I did what any reasonable person would do and went over to introduce myself, just to fix the awkward. I walked up with my most confident smile and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I think I waved at you by accident, I thought you were family." And he looked at me, genuinely alarmed, and said, "Oh, I am family." Well, I was. Your Aunt Karen and I were married for about 3 years in the 90s. Silence, I did not know this. Nobody apparently told me this. He said he and Karen were on good terms, and she'd mentioned the party might be a nice chance to reconnect with some cousins he'd kept in touch with. He pointed across the room. Pete invited me. Pete, who was now actively avoiding eye contact from 30 feet away. I went back to Bree and quietly explained, and she went completely still and said, very softly, "My mom does not know he's here." And that's the moment the evening shifted from mildly awkward to a Karen situation in the most literal possible sense. Aunt Karen came around the corner with a tray of cookies, made eye contact with her ex-husband, and the tray just slowly tilted. My mom caught it. Nobody said anything for a solid 4 seconds. Turns out they sorted it out. Apparently there was a conversation that needed to happen, one that had been 13 years in the making, and it happened in Grandma's kitchen over reheated lasagna. They're not back together. They're not even friends exactly. But Karen came out looking lighter somehow, like she'd put down something heavy she didn't know she was still carrying. And Pete got a very long talking to in the hallway. Now, every single time I'm at a family event, I scan every face in that room twice. Because apparently that's a thing. You think you know everybody at Christmas. You never actually know everybody at Christmas.